What do you think's happening here? Is this raging mania, as some have described, or does this buy the dip mentality make sense?
I think it's just a bit of LBS, liquidity-based speculation. So valuations become very, very frothy, and it's good to see that a little bit of that froth has dissipated, but there's still a lake full there, and so I don't think this is quite a buy the dip moment. It is still well and alive. The concept in markets is a hell of a lot of liquidity sitting on the sidelines that can be deployed. I don't think a 10% dip in these tech stocks, which have had rallied 96% from their March base, is necessarily a trigger to be going into them at the moment. But as I said, there's a lot of cash on the sidelines, and people are thinking a 10% correction. That's when I buy, and that's what we saw this week.
I think it's fascinating as well, because what this also shows is that equity markets, currencies, commodities are all still volatile. Risk premiums across Asia have increased for most markets. At the same time, economic conditions look really weak. Investor sentiment still pretty soft. What do you think the next catalyst for a move higher is going to be here?
I think the move high is probably going to come in 2021. So I think that, if we're going to get something early, then it would have to be some kind of vaccine breakthrough with the COVID-19 condition. Now, we saw one of the leading candidates this week actually pause their entire trial because people were getting some negative reactions to the drug. So I think that's probably been delayed into next year. In the meantime, I think we're going to get a big September quarter growth rates, both in the US and in Europe, but they're going to fade pretty quickly. And at the same time, we're going to have some fiscal drag and some fiscal pullbacks because unemployment's coming down, growth's going up. So I tend to think the politicians will have a natural inkling to pull the stimulus. And of course, after that, we've got the US election and a pretty large fiscal cliff, and that's likely to be contested, the election. So to me, those sorts of factors are all suggesting downside risks at this stage. The vaccine's an obvious upside risk, but I think that's a 2021 story if it's going to come at all.